it's not the brightest thing, but I'm happy to end this month with you
Oh, thanks. Huh?
because it's been. I mean, it's been a rough go. I know you say you open talk and everything. We gonna talk about some
Yeah,
stuff. I'm not gonna make you cry. I'm gonna try not to
I
anyway.
promise you. I'm a real man. I told you.
Yeah, real. One pillowcase by myself.
No
You wanna go
sheet.
night night, nigga?
No
You wanna
sheet.
go night night,
Just
nigga?
a bed.
Just a bed, bed bugs. Jokes, but yeah, no, like, and I've been talking about this for the last couple episodes. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna be a little more transparent this time, whatever. Like I said, January has been a dark month. January has
Yeah.
been a heavy month for my family. At the minimum, my family. To be a little more crystal clear, I mean, today is the 26th. You'll be here until the 28th. No, today's 28th. Excuse me. Shout out to J. Cole's birthday.
Oh wow.
Today is the 28th. Tomorrow, you'll be here until the 30th. So still January, moving to February. It's been a long fucking month, but you know, January. I want to say 5th or 6th. My dog died.
Oh my God. R.I.P. your
Bleak
dog.
died. My mom's dog, but our dog.
Yeah.
I mean, she gave him up, but he's still in the family.
Yeah.
I'm happy there's some kind of separation because, like, I think it'll make you be able to heal a little bit better. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't right next to you. But he's 15 years old. It was.
He was
It was
been
a
around.
long time. He was like
Yeah, it's like a
85,000 years
sibling.
old.
Yeah.
He really was. Like, my mom definitely was like, your little brother.
Yeah, like, and it's like a companion.
So, RIP to Bleak, and and then the real stuff is like, there's a lot of death anniversaries, a lot of birthdays. My biological father was born January 11th,
Okay.
and 1970. Passed away 1990, so a short time here on this earth. But
The month makes you think about a lot.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. And my grandfather passed away 7 years ago, which is crazy. 7 years feels like a long, like it doesn't feel that long ago, but it's like he's always in your heart. But hear his voice all the time. And I was just praying to him the other day for the lotto, and
I'm dead. Not the lotto.
I mean, I hit the one Powerball. I got that. So
Okay,
I
shout out to
got
you.
$4.
Shout out to you, a little force on.
Get my money back. So, but you gotta be specific with your prayers. I was trying to be very specific. I was talking to him and my dad up there. I'm like, yo, just make life. I already got a list of who I would give money to, what I would give money to. Like my dad,
Just give it to me.
Like my mom getting money, my dad getting money, like my grandma.
Everybody.
I got people, some friends. Like y'all go and get it. Like
throw your boo a little check too.
Oh yeah, she's in there. She's in there for
Okay,
sure.
cool,
I got her. It's stuff that I already know where my money's going. And so I mean, January 10th. My grandfather passed 7 years ago. January 9th. I don't talk too much about it, but like a small person, like not even double digits, I don't think, passed away.
Oh.
A friend of a friend, my mom's friend, and that's always hard to fucking deal with, this fucking kid.
Yeah.
And just recently, I mean, there's so many things that happen. Like I forget that fucking Kobe died. Fucking January 26th.
This January is strange.
January is strange,
and the year coming in has been strange.
And we recorded that day, so I remember that day like verbatim. Like we was recording that day, got the news, and I was like, we was like, oh, nah.
Everybody just got
It really got silent when we was like Gigi and all these other people on the plane. We like, that's when it like just crushed us.
And then when you see it in like real time, it's crazy.
And then, speaking of real time, this week, similar to you, I just went to a funeral this week.
Me too.
It's just crazy fucking world. And it was somebody that, and I hope my mom doesn't mind. Like, I told her in person, but I'm just like, this man loved you.
Yeah.
I didn't know him as well as you did, but I could tell from day one that he was in love with you. Like, that's your friend. Sometimes that's what it's going to be. It's your friend, and that's what it's going to be. But rest in peace to Mickey. He passed away. Black people be getting done quick.
Bruh.
I ain't gonna play no games. We like, it's a week, dog. He passed away. We gonna have that. We gonna have that funeral. We gonna have that funeral in a week.
No, that's a fact.
Wait, listen, but it's like for the soul though. You can't be out here for a month.
No, you gotta get
that
shit done.
a week, 2 weeks max.
My family was mad, like, why didn't you do it on the weekend? I said, I gotta get this shit done. Do you hear me? R.I.P. my parents, I gotta get this shit done. Listen,
you know,
not a Saturday, no, Tuesday, baby, we're getting it done.
It's getting it done. Yeah,
it's too much.
If you can come. If you can't, you can't.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
And to be for real, Ma, I know you listening. Like I wanted to come. I didn't want to come.
Yes, that's big for people.
It's my mom's friend, real close to her. She gave me the news, and I'm like, my memory is sharp. Like I remember him very well.
Yeah.
Like I remember him on a motorcycle. He had a bad motorcycle accident years ago.
His name was Mickey.
Yeah.
Probably a cool bull.
He was cool. He was real cool. And I forgot. Like my mom was sending me stuff like him. And I hate to see my mom cry.
Oh.
But like, I was she was sending me stuff of like, yo man, remember he came down to see my grandfather when like he was in his in the hospital.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I forgot he came there. Like he still was still around. Still,
yeah.
Like I ain't never gonna forget you. And it's stuff that you just remember that just like I remember you on the bike. We was in Lodi, North Jersey. He was on the bike. He was like asked for my mom. I don't think I really recognized him at the time for some reason. I was 13, 12.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, cool. But I remember him on that bike. And then I remember like being at his mother's house where they were playing. You know the game Pitfall? Like Sega Genesis, like Sega Genesis, but it's a game called Pitfall, and I just don't know why. I know I got that from that house. And
okay,
I remember that.
Yeah.
I'm like just like in my brain.
It's
I don't
certain
know what
memories
it is.
that always stick.
Just gonna be there.
Mm-hmm. And it's usually great ones.
Yeah. So I mean, and he had a really bad bike accident, like in gotta be like 2003 or something like that, like way back when. And I do appreciate the preacher saying like, yo, 20 years of his life was spared, dog. Like, and then I forget who said the other day, like, yo, you know how much heart, I mean, my mom was already like, how much pain he must be in, all the time, just wouldn't tell nobody.
Yeah,
and
that's
kind of
real.
Like, he gonna be fun, he gonna be nice, he gonna be cheerful, but
people be facing a lot of pain.
And it's like, yo, man, I've been thinking about, I've been saying the last couple episodes, I've been thinking a lot about mortality and legacy, more so mortality.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, this dog, I just had a review, my job review. I'm like, I don't care, dog.
Yeah.
I don't care. Say I'm the worst employee ever.
Please.
It doesn't, like, none of this shit matter. Like, a lot of shit don't matter, dog. It really don't. And, I understand, like, that's why, like, I wanted to go to see my dad the other day, and I'm just like, we got two different mindsets sometimes, and, like, it kind of gets annoying.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see you, but I don't want to talk. Like, we have you business-minded, corporate,
it's not the same.
We can't talk about some stuff.
Yeah.
Because now it just feels like, yo, and
you're not even open to it.
Yeah.
To listening.
Especially when you come a grown man. I'm 35 years old. I might be 36.
Yeah, you're getting old.
I'm up there, dog. I'm up there. That 36 hurts. I mean, I want it to happen because I want to be here. But that 36, like, 35 felt like solid. All right, 35 out here.
Yeah.
I'm 36 is like, damn, we still going with this? Still gonna
I'm getting old for real. Next is 40. That's
knees still feel okay. Knees still feel
good.
fine.
Knees still good.
Knees are okay. Back? But knees is all right. I've been laying on the pillow. I've been going to sleep on the pillow. Right under here. I'm
trying to make sure you good.
It feels good though. It's a good little pillow. But I say all I had to say, man. January's been rough. It's been crazy. Crazy. Like I said, my mom, I didn't want to go up there. I went up there for her.
Okay.
Mostly.
To support her.
Yeah. Because, I mean...
And you didn't...
I'm an only son, dog.
Yeah,
like,
don't make her
I'm
do
an
by
only
herself.
child. She wasn't gonna... I mean, she's never by... My mom is popular.
Okay.
She ain't never by... And that's kind of be scary to me sometimes, too. Because I'm like, yo, everybody you know is going to be not here no more.
Yeah.
At some point. It's hard.
Well, y'all not going to not be here no more.
Y'all not going to be here no more. But I feel like... I don't know if I do that on purpose, but like that's why I sometimes don't feel like I'm always trying to be attached. Because I'm like, yo, I don't want to be hurt.
It's just life.
It's life.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just life. You can't change it. Here one day, not here the next.
Yeah. So, I mean, as a, you're not even 30 yet.
No.
And I feel like you've gone through so much in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm chilling for real. I wasn't for a minute, but I think I'm chilling. I've taken time to like grieve and work on myself and put myself in situations where I can learn from, what I've been through.
I want to be as transparent as possible because I feel like this episode will help some people.
That's fair.
To be for real.
Yeah.
What have you been grieving?
So my dad passed away Tuesday. Was that the 30th? January 30th, 2022. And my mom passed away April 17th, 2023. So them two. And then, like you just said, my aunt passed away. Well, my cousin, Black community, cousin, aunt.
Yeah.
She older, so aunt, but cousin. She passed away last 2 Fridays ago, or maybe Monday. And then her funeral was Friday. And she was, a real one too. A lot of people have met her. She's been around. But just like all of that and just like, life and trying to deal and maneuver with that. For a while I was confused. You got to deal with money, family, property, assets, like just things. You can't even grieve at first. Yeah. And then like once all that starts to subside, whether you're dealing with it or not, first, you go through the emotions.
First, my condolences.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure I said sorry before, but I'm always sorry for your losses. And you definitely had to become more of an adult real fast.
For sure.
And I remember you going down to Florida.
Yeah. I was taking hella trips. Like every month I was going.
How was that?
That was
the trips alone.
The trips was cool because, like, not gonna lie, who doesn't want to leave Philly? So the trips were cool.
Were you thinking about staying down there?
I had a whole party like I was moving.
Yeah, true.
So it was like a lot. It was so much going on because my dad was sick first. Mm-hmm. So they moved just out of retirement, They moved to just get to a better place. They was up the mountains. They wanted a beach. They moved to Florida. My dad got sick. And it was a lot for my mom. So like we were trying to support and help her. Mm-hmm. And it was just like a lot of trials and tribulations because it was like you sign a lease, so you can't move. But then you want to move, but then it's like you don't have any support here. And to be honest, like I always talk about my experiences in so much detail because you're right, you can help other people. I don't know who told America that Florida has the best healthcare for these old ass motherfuckers who keep moving there. Like they have the worst healthcare actually for old people.
Is that the reason why I think they moving there because
it's the sun. I'm like they have the word. That's probably why they be all doing weird stuff and all that because it's impossible. Like my dad couldn't get any healthcare. Yeah. So
Granta thought it was set in Florida this year, so they know it's wild.
I'm like Florida's crazy. Like it's not the best place to be. So just going down there, coming back, I was doing a lot of that.
Where in Florida with her?
Outside of Orlando.
They wasn't by like the Everglades, nothing like that. Ain't no alligators and shit.
No, they wasn't. There's hella alligators everywhere. I was just going to parks just to see them niggas.
I've been watching a lot of animal crime lately.
Yo, I know you have a Twitter, but you have to follow Dark Side of Nature.
Twitter. That's probably where I saw it. Dog.
Yeah, they're great.
You saw the Komodo dragon?
No.
Dog, I can't.
I'd be watching Crazy Johns.
I might put on here, but continue.
No, you're good. So. I was traveling. Cool. I came back. We all came back. My whole family actually came back, including my dad. And then he was here trying to heal, not so much doing well. And then he passed. And then my mom got cancer literally like the day later. So
she checked herself out?
She
felt something.
She felt a crazy pain like that whole week of the funeral. And just was like in a lot of pain. And then she had a tumor. So it was like really intense, and she was trying to go strong. So then when life throw you curves, that's why I told you, like, who knows when people having babies, prayers for great. But my brother was then pregnant. So my mom's trying to like go strong, trying to wait for the baby because it's great news and everything's so great, bring new life. Yeah. So waited for the baby and then Shorty was like, I gotta go. So that was all cool and gravy. But I think like a lot of things people don't realize that fuck you up. Like,
of course,
seeing people dead is really crazy. Intense experience.
You saw both your...
Both, yeah. I was at work the first time and I got like all these calls. And like calls when somebody die are very extreme. Like, you're like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, huh? Niggas just crying and hanging up.
You were there. You saw them take their last breath?
My mom, yes. My dad, no. I was at work. I was working and they were like, he's being rushed to the hospital. But, well, when you go to the hospital when someone dies, which I didn't know, they just in a room dead on a metal pan, and you're just like, this is fucking intense. It's intense. Like,
you've only watched SVU,
nigga. It's crazy because you don't know what's real and what's not in life. Like I didn't know that you really see that. And mind you, I'm a clown, but like I'm also very observant. So like things, and that's the way I was raised too. Like my dad's very much a jokester, so it's just like. We standing in a room, he dead, and his feet are just moving. Crazy. Whole like John Doe on toe, on the John, like tag on the toe. Tag on the toe.
Damn.
They say you got 45 minutes and then he goes downstairs.
I'm happy I had that experience. That's crazy.
So tag on the toe, right? That's what my brother and I kept saying. Tag on the toe. We was like geeking, trying to like make my mom laugh because she's like on the ground crying. So
how's
instead
your
of
brother doing?
He's a man. I'm not too sure. I love my brother. He might listen to us, he might not, but I'm not too sure. He seems to be handling well, but he's a dad.
Yeah.
He also has been through like Philly shit, like they stole his car and so he just like dealing with a lot as a man. And I feel like I'm open enough to where people are open to talk to me, but I'm also like super strong and can be like very direct. So a lot of times people won't talk to me. So I try to balance that out. So I just wait for certain people I know in my family to come to me. I don't force it out of them. I'm the same way. So I would assume he's doing great, but I'm here if he's not. You know what I'm saying? So he's dealing with like 20 things. His son's 2. It's a lot. First time dad, 2 kids. Like it's just a lot.
Mm-hmm. Do you cry?
I do cry. I cry all the time.
Like every day?
Yeah.
When the last time you cried?
Yesterday, this morning.
Thinking about
I'm crazy, so my emotions might range. I might start thinking like, damn, I want to go on a vacation. And then like, but I think that goes into grief. Like,
of course.
Grief is not, it's not a balanced chart. It literally is like this. It'll never stop. That's what I learned going through grief counseling and like trying to be there for other people too. It's never ending. So your crying could come from like, damn, I miss talking, like you said, like someone's voice. Or it could be like, you just talked about your dad. You know what I mean? So you just might be bothered of something. Or it could be like good or bad things. Or I'm just so happy that I know I've gotten this far and they might know. So your grief, all that, it ranges. But I cry all the time. Like I think people assume I don't because the way I am, but I cry every day.
Yeah.
I cry in front of people.
Yeah.
I cry at the bar.
Oh, really?
I be crying because I'm like, it's real. I'm crying now. Like, you can't just hide it. I'm not upset. Physically right now, I'm not upset, but it's real. You go through trauma. Grief is real. Trauma is real. People die. But that's what I was telling you. Like, I'm not sad they're dead. I'm not sad that this is the way life took. It's shocking. I felt like grief is very shocking to people. Like,
grief is shocking.
You're like, oh, wow, what do I do now? Is like what I tell people, like, you don't know what to do. It could be like your parents, or it could be like your best friend's friend or a cousin or an aunt. And it's like, what are they going to do? You know? So it's different levels to it. And I feel as though I'm trying to master myself to be able to deal with my emotions. And then as I get older and realizing who I am, to help other people, because I really do feel like that's my purpose. Yeah. So I try to like
you said that since the very beginning. You have not moved away from that point.
No, I really think
this is episode 277, and I got some paper towels over here.
You when you do that.
You want some paper towels?
No, I'm a real nigga. I'm a man.
Some napkins, some handkerchiefs.
No, I'm good. All I need is a fucking
some shirts, some cloth. I got it all. But no, you've been here. Episode 50, dog.
I know.
And you was talking about the same. So I was going through it yesterday. Like I literally was just up here super late. There's a whole mountain right there you could use.
You know me. I'm like hand sanitizer. I use that.
But I was just up here super late going through clips, and I'm just like, she been this person.
Yeah, I
was just sitting here listening. It was like a 4-minute clip, and I'm like. Because you was your first time here, he was a pro.
Really?
He was very open and straight to it and was like, I'm here to help people going through trauma. And you had a job you fucking hated. Like, it was you was going through it, and you was like, I'm here to, you had a clear vision of your brand. I got 5 other things I want to do. And then you've been doing it.
I think I'm really like.
So I'm proud of you. I just want to tell you that I'm proud of you. And I know your friends love you.
Oh yeah,
I'm one of your friends. I love you. I hope you know that, and people are here for you.
I was having a conversation yesterday. Was it yesterday? Friday was my aunt's funeral, and it was the first time I've been around my cousins in a long time. And I'm big on like 3 to 4 things right now. Especially like going through the grief I went through. I'm big on like telling men because I'm not a girl's girl. Like I'm not. I gotta know me. Like I'm not the girl who's gonna have the brunches and love. Like I love both parties. I love men. I love women. I've been through a lot of trauma both sides. Yeah. So I'm big on like Men need to be happy. Yeah, that's like one of my biggest points.
I've seen you dance. You're not a girls for sure.
Oh yeah. No, I hit the bob. But
hit that Tina right there.
I'm big on like I saw my dad try to do the most, like the most as a man my whole life. And I'm big on like making sure that men understand that it's okay to be happy. You don't have to force yourself in any situation. Your upbringing doesn't have to put you to a point where you're so unhappy and you can't do for you. Like my dad was stressed his whole life. I mean, maybe not as a kid, I don't fucking know. But like seeing him as I've been alive, he's been stressed, just trying to be a better man. And I feel like my brother might be at that point too. And you know how we say like, sorry if I'm telling too much of his business, but I feel like he's at that point too. So I'm big on telling men that I see a lot now, like, don't force nothing in your life. If it doesn't make sense, you take time for you as a man. You're a man. Find a grown man that you are influenced by and talk to him. There's a man who will direct you in the right way. Like, you don't have to just be stressed and doing too much and now you're lost. My dad's never smoked or drank in his life. And he had 2 strokes back to back. The only thing that can cause that is stress.
Yeah. Yeah.
My dad's a white man. His elbow is darker than you, nigga. He used to sleep like this. Just up, like thinking.
I think that's why I think about my mom so much. Because I feel like she'd be going through it sometimes and just like stress.
Certain emotions.
And when I tell, like, I love you, Mom. I know she listening now. I'm like, when I tell her to slow down, it's not of just like, I mean, my biggest fear is having Alzheimer's. I want to remember everything. I don't, like, I'm very, so if you see if I can puzzle outside, like, I make sure I work on this shit. And same with my grandma. I do puzzle with her. I'm like, yo, we got to, like, keep this tight. And, I want my mom to, you know, keep her shit tight as well too. But like part of it be like, I just want you to be good.
Yeah, people be stressed for real. Like a lot of stress is like people don't even know. And the crazy thing is, I branded myself the overthinker, but like, and I always tell my boo this all the time. Like as time goes on, I don't feel myself there. And I think because I branded myself that way and the story matches, like that's why I feel like I told you, like I just feel like myself getting older. Like I don't overthink much. Good. You can't really overthink much. Your parents both just died. Like what is there to really overthink? You got to see life for what it is. Yeah. So I think like it's great. I branded something like that. I have no problem running with it because it can help people. But I personally, like I'm not at that point anymore. There's nothing to really overthink. It's life. Shit gonna happen. You either gonna do what's best for you or be stuck in the bullshit of everybody's shit. You know what I mean? Like you can't keep taking the same road. So I feel like I'm in a lot better place. And I feel like every time I'm in a better place, it comes with trauma, right? Like even when I was a kid and I'm telling you I'm growing up and it's this and that, like getting a better place, it comes with trauma. And I think that's okay for me, but it makes me realize that my purpose is bigger than me. And I think my parents were too. Yeah. So I'm cool with that. Like naturally that all comes with emotion, but I'm not like in a sad place. I'm not miserable. I don't just sit up there and sleep in my bed and cry.
You can't be.
And there's people who tell me all the time, like, I've seen people, I could be on hella drugs, bro, fucked up, broke, homeless. Like, I have no parents. But I try every day to wake up and be better. And then I got, my nephew is like my angel. So I look at him like, that saved us. Like, it saved connections. It saved, like, stories, money, everything. So
I think sometimes
I'm
people
still in the spin of it.
The universe puts people like that in your life sometimes. Like shout out to my cousin Khalil, love you.
Shout out
I know you
Khalil.
know that. I mean, he gave me this citrine crystal a long time ago. He just had his baby girl, not even a year ago, and again, not trying to tell all of his business either, but like his father passed away like shortly after. I don't even know if he met her or not, but at least that person's here for him, and sometimes you need that. I think the universe knows who needs what.
I know. I definitely think my brother needed that. Like that little piece of joy, that reminder. I think people really needed that, and for some reason, I don't know. I'm not even super religious, but I don't know why God keep giving me these battles, and I'm cool with it, right? Like I'm cool with it. It just is. It's intense. My life is intense. It's a lot. I'm not bothered. It's just a lot. Like you wake up and you be like, I didn't even sign up for this, but it's cool. I got it. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot. Life brings you a lot. That's why I'm like, I'm never hard on other people because I don't know what they're bringing. Yeah. And then I dated someone before we met and did podcast stuff, and he lost his mom. And I always remember, like, to this day, I was doing things I didn't know what I was doing, but I was doing the right thing because it made him a better man. So I'm like, I feel like it's in me. Yeah. So I don't expect it from people and I can't assume, but I just feel like I was given certain abilities that other people weren't. And just even hearing small things, like my family kept saying yesterday, like, we all related, but you really from good stock. And that, like, yeah, that stuck with me, like, this past 2 days. Like, even yesterday, I told you I didn't do much. I was just chilling. And I just kept thinking, like, you got to know who you are and appreciate it. Just run with that shit.
Words mean a lot. I don't think people understand how much they mean. And from the right person.
Yeah.
Like, my aunt said, and I, told my girl this the other day, like, I don't even know if it's sometimes you just a vessel, dog. Because I don't even think people know they say something sometimes. Like like I told you, I give my girl keys to my house. Don't rob me, baby.
Love that for her. If y'all know Monty, that's a crazy step.
Yeah, it is. But I was like, but before that happened, like literally, like I was on my way back here, and I was leaving my aunt's house, whatever, and just out of nowhere, she was like, she has a great spirit.
Yes, I love when people feel that.
I don't even know if she remembers even saying that, but I'm just like, I take that with me. I keep that. I'm like, I feel that way, and that's I'm happy that's seen.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, life is crazy. It's crazy that you had to see your dad in that circumstance.
Oh, both. Mom was even worse. Mom was in her bed. Then the babies brought her flowers from outside and just threw it on her all over. So it was beautiful. It's intense. All that shit really be intense. And I always tell people it's the things that you don't know. Like, I didn't know when people's legs swell up, they about to die. Like, it's certain things you just don't know in life. And there's things you should know, So I'm very big on, like, wellness now, even more so than I was years ago.
I wondered, do you have the same? I mean, I really didn't lose anybody close to me until my grandfather. Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said, my biological father died when I was 2 years old. I don't remember 2 years old.
Yeah.
So, and he went out a terrible way, but I don't remember 2 years old.
Yeah.
My grandfather is tangible. I remember him. I've been with him, and it sucks because like my aunt actually, we had the day that she said the whole spirit thing, whatever. We was having a good, strong conversation, and just like my grandfather, and just like, do you feel intense loss and all this kind of stuff, whatever. I think it's like it's like all of a sudden we needed to talk about it.
Yeah.
I forget why. It probably might have been, the death anniversary, something like that. But I'm like, intense is a strong thing, but like for me, it was different because I was just getting closer to him like towards it, and like I was an adult.
Yeah.
It's different when you're a kid and you along for the ride. And you gotta go see grandma.
You're just
grandpa.
there,
You gotta take the 2-hour trip to the Poconos, and you kicking and screaming. You just like, you don't really have the same kind of lust for that relationship when you're I was an adult. I was in my first apartment. I'm driving up there. I'm like, I could do this by myself.
Yeah.
I could be up here. I could chill. Like, we could talk. We could kick it. That's when I found out he drank beer with a straw. I'm like, yo, what?
When you get older, it's so beautiful.
And some things you just like even keep with you. Like I used to think that this was, I'm not gonna say the word, but like, this was not really a manly thing to do. Oh yeah,
they love that. Old men love that.
I do this shit all the time now.
I'm fucking crying. What's your toes out, y'all? His toes are out.
You see him wiggling. But I'm like, I do this all the time. Now, I don't care. I do it from my mom, for everybody. I'm like, I don't care.
And it because men hate it so much, they arm be holding the leg down. The arm be like,
But my grandfather did that shit. So I'm like, I know I take that from him to a degree. Mm-hmm. He always said I would be an artist. That's where it stemmed from.
Do you notice yourself turning into them? It's so scary.
It's crazy. But like, I want to ask you, like, I don't want this to happen again. I saw my grandfather take his last breath.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do.
Yep.
I think even when that happened, I think I kept coming back to the room because it was, he was hospice. Mm-hmm. It was in my aunt's house, whatever. And I kept coming back to the room like, nah, he ain't dead.
Yeah.
Nah.
No way.
It's just like, then you feel him getting cold.
Real bad. Color, cold.
That's when I was like, I couldn't go back there no more. Mm-hmm. But I'm just like, even, recipe to Mickey, like, even, like, see him in the casket. I know my mom to this day, she, like, don't put me in no open casket. I know my mom for sure.
That's me.
So I don't care if you creep maybe or not, but, like, don't put me in an open casket. Put a picture of when I was good.
Not gonna lie, put me in one. Y'all niggas need to see me.
You need to see this?
See this one more time.
But also, black people who did the body.
Yeah. Facts. That's true.
So to bring it back to what I was trying to say, like when I saw my grandfather in his casket, it could be looked at as delusional, but like I'm like, oh, you ain't there no more. Like it was a quick, I don't want to say joy, but it was a relief for me.
Yeah.
It's like that spirit. Your spirit is your spirit. The body is the vessel. I'm not trying to be religious.
That's what I'm saying. I do agree.
But when I saw him, I'm like, it was like this is just your body. I wasn't like, you don't watch Community, do you?
I don't watch shit.
I know you don't watch your stuff, whatever. But it's NBC. I mean,
no, that's what I was just saying. I don't watch NBC or ABC. Just Law and Order. We're faithful.
But I was like, there's an episode of Community where Chevy Chase is like clearly in a cult, whatever. But like he's holding this like this liquid. He's like, oh yeah, my mom is in liquid form right now. But when the technology adds up, whatever, we could bring it back to life, whatever. Right. And it was like, dog, it's not gonna happen. But so I understand the delusional part about it. But I'm like, you not. Like I love you. I love my grandfather. I'm like, you not there. I could tell that's you. And they did a damn good job.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's not you.
Right.
You were here.
Yes.
Like that's not you. Like it's a crazy feeling, but I felt good that day. I felt like it was so weird. Like I think that's what the universe brings to people sometimes. It's like agree. Dog. And I say the universe, like I said, I'm not super religious either.
Right.
But like things happen. My girl said a while ago, whatever, which I don't even think I thought about. Because I got in a car accident when I was 5 years old.
Okay.
I got a whole blood clot on my head, open head surgery.
Literally, same thing happened to my brother. That's crazy.
Could have been done. Mm-hmm. 93. Could have been out of here. Couldn't have seen shit.
Guess what? I wasn't even born yet.
And I know you wasn't even. I wouldn't even met you.
Yeah, I wasn't here yet.
I wouldn't even have been in the same, and that was in, I don't know what month it was, but like, could have not been here. And my girl's like, you a miracle baby. Didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to even think about that. And I'm like, because I've always said, like, yo, I'm here for a reason, because, like, clearly, I was accident prone, I broke my arm, I was doing, like, wild shit, I was fucking climbing trees, doing everything. I was Wild Boy from fucking, what's that show? Wild Thornberries.
That's my guy. I love doing that voice. I'm not going to do it right now, but... That's my guy.
Dog, do you see the TikTok dude with the monkey?
No, you also were supposed to look up something while I was just telling the story.
I know, I was trying to get on the
animal.
Screen. I'll show you later. I'll show you in a minute. But like the TikTok dude has a monkey.
The monkey does this, or he does it?
I'm saying he has a monkey. Like he has a pet monkey, and they be tearing up hotel rooms. Because I'm like, I know you are just going from hotel room to hotel room. I don't know how you're making money. I don't know what's going on. He was like, yo, dog. He's like, you gotta be 20-something years old. His name was like Thabo. It's like Thabo and something. I forget the monkey name. But he was like, yo. He's like, yo, man. He's like, yeah, when he gets sick, I get sick. He's like, yeah, no shit, nigga. You. He's like,
y'all both probably have malaria.
He's like, when I'm 50, my immune system will be crazy. Because you got all
people will do anything.
He be eating
money.
with the monkey, eating chicken with the monkey, and the monkey is greedy. He had a banana. He fighting with the monkey. Monkey will rip your fucking face off. We've seen it.
Yes.
Did you see Nope?
Nope. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so
he's crazy.
He's fighting with the monkey and like eating chicken with the monkey.
Is it little or a grown monkey?
Whatever it is, that nigga is jumping all around the damn place. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna find it right here. But
no, just to go based off of what you're saying, because you're right, and I know you didn't end with a question, which you said you were going to, but I think I knew what you were getting at. To like semi-end our sad spiels.
Yeah. As you can see, I'm trying to.
You're completely right. So mine was beautiful too, and I took it how you did. I think mine was a little more intense, and
of course,
I always say like I feel so bad for my brother because he didn't experience this the day before my mom passed.
And you were living life with your mom, like I seen.
That's my dog. That was my Rolly. We literally have the same exact name.
I think you upped it after your father.
Yeah, me and my dad were closer.
Of course.
It's my dad.
Yeah.
But my mom's a fucking Pisces.
I feel like wow, shout out to your mom. I feel like I knew you were close to your dad. Like the first time I even followed you.
Yeah, that's my Rolly. That's my guy.
Yeah.
We're very much like two peas in a pod, both clowns. Like my dad would come to my fucking cookouts and be like, why do niggas spray their hairline? Like my dad was one of the funniest people you would have ever met. Like if I drove, right, my dad would come. Like I would make him go everywhere with me because he was like funny as fuck. So yeah, I was trying to run it out with my mom. I was trying to make sure she enjoyed life, you know, wasn't really sad. She was married for 27 years. Like I was just trying to run it up with her. Of course. So I think you're completely right. I luckily the day before sat with my mom and I told you her feet were swollen, so I was a little confused. Didn't think anything of it. She got on hospice as soon as she left the hospital that day before, so I didn't think anything of it. I thought she was fine. Her feet was swollen, didn't know nothing about that. And she sat me down and she talked to me for like 6 minutes, and she couldn't really even talk at the time. And she gave me closure that I know my brother never received. And so for me, that made that next day of transition a lot easier. But I know like watching that was so intense because she was alive and then literally like took her last breath, and we were all like, there's like 4 of us. We were like, is that it? We all listening, you know, you listening. We like, hello, is anyone in there? But like you said, it's really crazy because you see the transition and she literally smiled. And my crazy ass, I took like 6 pictures because she's literally smiling and looking up. So that is real. I'm not even religious, but that's real. Like I really think they come out. And they wherever they go. But
and it could be something small like that. Like, you know, like my grandfather, like he was in pain at the end.
Same, yeah.
And that's what hurts me the most.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go out in pain. But and he couldn't talk for a minute. That's what really fucked us all up.
They could never talk at the end, which is so crazy.
But he was able to get out he was able to get out my grandmother's name.
Thorough ass people. Yeah, they gonna make it work. You gonna get my memory.
That's probably when you knew it was coming. It's like, you ain't say nothing all this time, but now you're able to say.
My mom couldn't even talk. She texted me. I said, do you want me to sleep here? She said no. She shook her head no. She texted me at 6:40 that morning and said, come right now. My mom couldn't even use her hands. I swear to God. I'm looking at my phone like, who the fuck? How? I went 8 a.m. She died. And that was like between 6:40. My mom's so smart. She knew how long it was going to take me to get there and how long it was going to take me to convince my brother to leave work. Literally. So like my brother's best friend lived there. He was there. And then he was like, she was texted. He said she crawled to my door. My brother's best friend. He was like, she crawled out of her bed. She knew.
They know.
So my brother's like, oh, I can't. I'm like, nigga, she's leave now. Like she knew. And it's so crazy how intense that is. And then you literally see. That's why I'm like, it's not delusion. If you haven't seen it.
It may sound
crazy. It's an outer body experience. It's literally like drugs. Like, I take drugs. But it's like your serotonin, all that shit. It knocks. It goes crazy. It's not you. It's life. So I'm like, I'm very much cool with it because I think I've seen 2 very intense things that's intense. A lot of people don't see in their whole life. Like people don't see that.